Hello, I'm Melissa McCarney, founder of Better Bosses. Over the coming months, I'll be inviting some experienced leaders along to share their knowledge and lessons learnt with the Better Bosses community. I'll be asking everyone the same 5 questions, so I think it's only fair if I answer them myself. I'd encourage you to think about the answers too. It can be an enlightening process. Question number 1. What's the one thing you've learnt from the best boss you've ever had? Well, I've been lucky enough to have many great bosses, and the common denominator was care factor. They all truly cared about me as an individual, about the team, the company, and our customers. They knew my kids' names, and if they asked me what I was doing on the weekend, they'd remember what I said and ask me about it on Monday. And they invested their time and effort into helping me become the best I could be. Question number 2. What's one thing you've learnt from the most challenging boss you've had? I picked up some tips about how to confidently sell an idea. I also learnt that if the stories you tell to sell that idea aren't true, they come back and they bite you in the bum. Question number 3. What's something you've learnt about leading people from a mistake you've made? I learnt that I have a couple of blind spots. I give people the benefit of the doubt and assume they are showing me their authentic selves. At times, there were individuals in my team that behaved differently behind closed doors than they did in front of me. And their poor and ineffective behaviour was frustrating other members of the team and influenced our overall performance. And the fact that I couldn't see it happening and wasn't doing anything about it reflected poorly on me as a leader. I acted as quickly as I could once I worked it out, but I really wish I had seen it earlier. Question 4. What has been your proudest moment as a people leader? Well, I asked a junior team member to step up to be my right-hand person on a huge project. She was a young, reserved marketing executive at the time, but I had an inkling that she had bucket loads of potential and just needed a push out of her comfort zone. It was the type of project you only get to be involved in maybe once or twice in a lifetime, and she took the bull by the horns and seriously stepped up. I was proud of myself for giving her the opportunity and coaching her through it, and I was so proud of her. She did such an amazing job. One of the greatest joys of leading people is seeing someone challenge themselves and blossom, and giving them the confidence to do so is very rewarding. Question number 5. What would you say to the younger version of yourself taking on a people management role for the first time? I'd say not to be so hard on myself when I made mistakes. I spent way too much time wallowing in the mistakes I'd made rather than learning from them and carrying on. So what are your answers to these questions, and how do they inform what you could do more of or do differently to become a better boss? To make sure you don't miss out on the lessons learnt interviews coming up, sign up to the Better Bosses newsletter on our website at betterbosses.com.au.